Hi and welcome to Fabric Bias. It is March 2025 and I have been playing with fabric for the last, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. And what I've got is I've got all these 10 by 10 scraps that my friend gave me. And I'm trying to figure out how to mate them up the best way possible to get the minimal amount of scraps and the maximum amount of little pencil pouches out of them. So I have sets. This is for the little pencil pouch that has the snap front, and it needs three pieces, an exterior, a flap, and a interior piece. And so I have these set up the way I think I like them here. I'll end up with half a piece each of scrap here, which I'll be able to hopefully on this one turn into a mini pencil pouch, these two, because it'll take two scraps. This one I'll be able to use, make a mini pencil pouch because I have this piece I couldn't mate up anywhere, and I'll do that with that. Those other two I'm not sure what I'm going to do with yet. And then I have these two where I'm not quite sure how I'm going to make those into the snap pencil pouch because I don't really like the way this is going to lay out. And this one, I only have half a piece of fabric. So I'm still trying to figure that out. For this one, I may end up switching to this piece right here as my interior. That's probably what I'm going to do. And then these here are all two pieces that I'm just going to cut. I can get two snap pouches each out of all of these, so that's what I'm going to do here. And then that will be a mini pencil pouch if I get around to it. That's one of my scraps, but I think it's really pretty, so I think it'll be great. So that's where I'm at right now. I have over here, this is the stack of the big pieces that she gave me, or bigger pieces, they're not all big. And then I have this 10 by 10 piece. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not really working on using it. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's just got too big of an image on it for anything I'm doing at this size. And yeah, so. All right, so that's where I'm at now. Still trying to figure it all out. I think this is going to work. These two pieces are what I'm going to play with next. And honestly, I really think I'm leaning towards pulling this piece over here and just being done with it. And then I'll end up with one snap pouch out of these two pieces and a scrap. So, all right. That's where I'm at. Oh, that would actually work because then I could use this to make a mini pencil. Oh, yes, I'm totally doing that. Okay. All right, I'm going to go get started, I think. At least I want to work on this one and figure out what I'm going to do with that. So, all right, back in a bit. Hi, okay, I'm back, and it has been all day. I haven't been sewing all day, but I have been sewing off and on all day while I've been watching WRL racing because I happen to love that stuff. And I can't remember if I showed you this morning. I did make, because it's been all day, so I had the body template done from the last time I sewed this bag. I did make an interfacing template because I was going to make a bunch of these and I figured that was going to be easier to make a template. And so I did get that done first thing. I made it up the fabrics, which I do know I showed you on the videos. And so what I've done since that period of time is I did make two of the bags. This one, I'll show you in just a second, my favorite. So here's this one. Almost done, except I don't have the snaps on in either one of the bags. So that's how this one's coming out. I did add the handmade tags my friend gave me. Well, she gave them to my daughter, and then she gave me another bag, and I told her I was going to use them for these, and she said, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. So they are going on these bags. And then this bag, my quandary on this one was I had this piece, and then I had a gray piece. And I didn't want to have the kind of turquoisey piece here and have the gray flap coming over here. So what I ended up doing was cutting my two 10-inch pieces in half and sewing them back together again. And so I could make the front like this, the back like this, put the gray here, and have that look like that. I also purposely made the curves go up because it looks like smiles to me, and I feel like the bag's smiling at me. That might be silly, but that was my thought on that. And then I have that fabric on the inside. So in doing that, though, I lost the ability to make these pieces because I ran out of enough fabric. It was just the perfect fit for this, and well, with the seam, I didn't have it anymore. And but I thought that's okay. I'll just put snaps right here. So that's what's going to happen with these. There'll be a snap here and a snap here, rather than having a snap on these little cute tabs on that. And I think it'll still look good. Actually, it's I think it's my favorite bag. I really like it out of this set. Actually, I like them all so far, even though I haven't made them yet. So what I've done today, off and on, besides my watching the racing that I've been watching, is I have all of the rest of these that I'm planning on making. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 more bags, so I'll have 7 total, plus the ones that I already did and gave to my friend. I have them all cut out. I have the interfacing pressed on, and then I've done the start of the sewing on these. So the little handle piece right here it's not going to be a handle, it's just a tab, is sewn and ready to go. I have these are sewn, and I just have to get them cut, and then flipped right side out and pressed, and then they'll be ready to top stitch on. And I have these flap is stitched on all of them, and I have to trim around the edges here, the curves, and then turn it right side out, press, and then top stitch it. So I've got everything, the real beginning parts of the sewing done, but all the cutting is done on that. So I think I did a pretty good job. With the scraps from these, I have, so this was from this bag here, and I don't have, right now this would be the exterior pieces, maybe, or the interior, I don't know, exterior pieces here. And I think when I'm done making the snap pouches, I should have another piece to match with this. I don't know, I'm setting it aside just in case. The other scraps from the rest of this, I've got them mated up, so I'll end up making 3 mini pencil pouches out of these mated up. And I picked the zipper out, and that's pretty much all I've done is mated the fabric and picked the zipper out. And then these right here are going to be snap pouches eventually, and then hopefully enough scrap to make another mini pencil pouch for that. So that's where I'm at with all of this venture at this point. So gonna wait for another day to continue on and continue this video. So I'll see you back in a flash. Okay, I'm back, and I'm trying out a new light, so hopefully it's a little bit brighter. We'll see. So this is where I'm at. I did finish these 2 pencil cases that I did earlier. I had them sewn up. I just put the snaps on these. This one is turning out to be one I really like. I don't know why. I'm super attracted to it. Anyway, I bought this one for myself on that because I really like it. On that, and yeah, I know my friend said I didn't have to pay for it, but it's for charity, so I did. And so where I'm at right now, I finished the 5 flap pencil cases, and I'll show you those later. So that gives me these mini pencil pouches from those scraps to do. And then except for this one, because I don't have enough for either. I either have enough for the lining or for the exterior, so I have to wait on this one. So that's going to hold this project off until I finish these ones, which are the mini snap pouches, because I think when I finish this, I'll have enough scrap to actually do this last one, and I'd like to do them all at the same time. Now, what I did do on the pencil flat pencil cases, these pieces right here, I just took the leftover strip and I used that to make this, which made them extra long because I didn't need them that length. So I sewed them all together, cut them out, and then I ended up, when I put them on, I just adjusted it to where I needed it, and then I had an excess here and I cut them off before I sewed it, of course. So that left me with these little pieces right here on that from there. And I'm hoping what I can do with these is on the mini pencil pouch, there's a tab at each end of the zipper. And so since there's 2, actually 4 on this one because I had enough to match with 4, 4, 2, and 4 here, I'm going to try to see if I can make those work on the ends here, and then I'll just have a couple scraps left over on that. So I saved those to see if I could do that, and that saves me, well, I always think it's cool when you can minimize the number of scraps that you end up with, or the number of fabric you end up having to throw away at scraps. So that to me is really cool to be able to do that, and it saves me the time to have to resew them, which, you know, that's fun too. So I can do other stuff. So that's the mini pencil pouches that I'm going to be doing at the very end. This right here, again, is the mini snap pouches. So this is what I'm going to move on to next. But I do have jury duty this week, so we'll see. We'll see how long it, or when I get to go back to sew. I didn't actually get called up yet. I think it's possible. I don't know. I've never done this before. I got called a really long time ago, but I've never been called for a jury. All I had to do was sit and wait in the lobby and then get excused. So I never made it back. Actually, never made it back actually to a courtroom at all. Not that I can remember. So this time I'm wondering if I'll get called in next, because I'm in the next, if they call the same number that they called last night, then I will be in the next group to be called tomorrow. If they don't, I don't know. Don't know how. I tried to Google it and see if I could find out the answers on how many jurors get called, and there was no answers. The answer was we don't know, actually. So anyway, so let's see if I get how far I get on this week. I'm hoping to get it done and get this video out to you by the weekend. We'll see. All right, I'll be back. Check it out. So I did have jury duty last week, so I did not sew last week because in addition to having jury duty, I wasn't actually feeling all that well. So I was saving my energy for jury duty. I guess I got lucky because it was a really short trial. We started on, they called us in on Tuesday, and we deliberated on Thursday afternoon, and we were done. And it was a super interesting experience. I'm really glad I did it. So I've been done for a little while, but I went out of town and didn't have time to film the video before I left. Or I did, but I didn't like it, so I had to film it again. But here they are, done. And so these are the, I can't remember the name that she calls them. I call them the snap pencil pouches because it has the snaps, which I think is super cool. Instead of a zipper, I like that's unusual on that. And there they are. And I can't honestly remember if I showed you these earlier in the video. So I'll just do it really quick right now on that. These are the ones that I made out of those 10-inch squares of fabric that my friend gave to me. And then the leftover from these pieces is what I made. Oh, my cat just climbed on the chair behind me. It's not as bad as it sounds if you can hear it on the video. Now my dog has to come tell her that she's doing the wrong thing. I don't know if you can hear him in the background either, but so there they are, real quick. Really like how these came out, and they were popular. The other ones I took her, I think, are already gone. I'm not really sure, but she said that yeah, they were great. So she's got a she is going to be selling them at a carnival, but she also makes them available to anybody who wants them that knows that she does this stuff. So there's those. So these ones right here are the mini zipper pouches, and I'm pretty sure that is the right name for them. I'll put the links down below. That is the leftover pieces or the remnants from these bags, from the majority of these bags, except this one. This one was a scrap that I had, and I really like this project. A couple scraps that I had. Probably here you'd be better off doing a ladder stitch closing it, but I just used the sewing machine. I think it'll be fine. On that, I did use the scraps here for the end tabs, or from this bag, I think, right here. On that, which I did on all of these. Now I will say I didn't do a super great job with sewing across this area right here, this width. On that one, I wasn't consistent. This one came out pretty nice, but there's one that I was completely wonky on. Let's see, this one. You can kind of see the zipper actually twist because I did such a bad job sewing this. I'm gonna give it to her, but I'll tell her to sell it at a discount on that one. So you do have to be careful when you're at the ends and doing the ends that you're sewing, the same distance here to here and being consistent. There was just so much bulk that I struggled with it. So maybe it wasn't such a great idea to use this much, this tab here, although it's not too much more bulk than I think what she did. I can't remember how she did her tabs here, but I did these tabs right here are the leftovers from these pieces right here. So, so yeah, I use those little things to make this. So it's not too bad on that. There's that one. And then the inside, whatever I could find matching. I think I might have just opened. No, I didn't. This one right here, I love this one. This matches the bag that I made that looks like this. It's not in here because I'm actually already have it in use. I gave it to my daughter to use on that. But so this is the matching little mini pencil pouch, and I'm actually going to buy this one too. I like it on that. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these in this batch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was able to get 5 of these out of the scraps, plus a little bit of my own scraps here. And this is great. This takes, I cut it down so that I could use the scraps from here. So I used 2 5-inch pieces of fabric, 5 by, I think, 10, I think it was on here. You go watch her video. She shows you, but mine is a little bit smaller in size than hers because, again, I was limited to these 10-inch pieces of fabric that I was using. So these right here are the mini snap pouches. I'll put a link. That's my pattern. I'll put a link below to that one. There was, let's see. So I did 2 of these identical out of 2 10-inch pieces, 2 of these, but I've already taken one of those too out of that, and This one was just, I had a half piece that I needed to, instead of having a 10-inch piece, I think it was 6 by 10. So I was able to get just one of those out of that. That's how I ended up finally using that up. So there they are. I hope you like them. I hope that wherever and whenever you're at, you're having a great time. And thanks for watching.